We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Just me today. It's Halloween. Had to spice a few things up. We got some cool backgrounds for today, and we got an interesting slate. We get 4 games in the NBA. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in the NHL, and then we have a very tricky NFL game to go over as well. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, recap of yesterday, and it was kind of just like a break-even day. It was half a unit down. In college football, I just can't win college football plays anymore, apparently. Liberty falls apart, and Western Kentucky gives up a touchdown late for Kennesaw State to backdoor cover. So 0-2 there. The NBA started off well, 2-1, and then I lost the last 2 plays there. Over 235 with Boston and Indiana. Didn't even need overtime. It went over there. And then all right, we're good there. We're good. Yeah, I can barely breathe in this thing. But yeah. All right. Got the over 235 with Indiana and Boston. Just didn't even need the overtime. It cleared it in regulation. Came up short on the Detroit Pistons team total over, which was frustrating. They win by 10, but the team total comes up short by 2.5 points. Cavaliers blow out the Lakers, so that was a nice little winner there. Lost on the double up with the Grizzlies, team minus 12 and team total over 119.5. As they lose outright to the Brooklyn Nets. So that was so much fun there. Hockey goes 2-1-1. I thought it went 3-1, and then I wake up this morning to find out that they took back the goal that made it 6-1 Utah. So that pushed, lost with the Avalanche minus 115, and then won the 2 dogs at the end of the night. They both put up 6 goals, 6-3 Kings and 6-0 Devils. So 2 nice winners there to end the night. And then there was one more game to read. Oh yeah, start spreading the news. The Dodgers are your World Series champions, plus 127, team total over 3.5. They beat the Yankees in 5 games. What's terrifying about that Dodgers team is that this was not even their full strength. Glasnow didn't pitch. Kershaw didn't pitch. Ohtani didn't pitch. Now it's the scariest part about the Dodgers is this could easily turn into a dynasty, which being a fan of a team in the National League sucks. I mean, so it is what it is. But we'll head over to the chat, and then we will get into today's card. Let's see. Seth Curry over points, loser. Yeah, Curry over rebounds, Curry over assists. Wow. Knicks money line, nice. Harden over 2.5 threes. Cavs minus 5, 3-3 in the NBA. To bring cap point, Kane over half an assist. Jackets, yeah, that over in the Jackets game. I didn't take the over. So yeah, that team I wouldn't take overs and Islanders games right now until DeClaire comes back. That offense they look lost there. Tampa money line, yeah. The Flames over pushed. Vegas money line lost. Vegas under 6.5 lost. Can't take unders in Vegas games right now. I don't know what it is. Canucks lose as well. CBJ good. Wings bad. Avs bad. Utah good. Kings good. Devils good. Yankees bad. Went 7-6 in the NHL. 1-0 in the MLB. Good day. Can't complain. There you go. Wonder if 446 will be here in all caps telling me how fine the Yankees bullpen is. That game was a definition of collapse. I still feel right about my Yankees pick because that the team that beat themselves. Yeah. And it wasn't even their bullpen, it was the unearned runs. So it was that. Congrats to the Dodgers. Dave Roberts put on a masterclass. Yeah, Dave Roberts, one thing we definitely noticed he's been able to do the last few years is manage really high-paid players. And that's not a spite on him, and that's not an easy task to be able to deal with millionaires like that. So good on him. Checked out the NBA scores this morning. Brutal. I'm convinced this game is designed to rob people. Fair. What's good, Nicholas Handy? Dodgers money line, table tennis. There you go. Cavs, Knicks, Golden State, only favorites to cover. Wow. These probably were the most bet against faves, all while Pacers, Nets, Blazers, and Wizards went outright. Yeah, crazy. Nice little NHL card. Now that I'm seeing the board really well, the profits are here to stay. There you go. Morning, Nick. What's good, Untouchable? There's always something about the end of the month where it always seems like sports betting is extra unpredictable. Yeah. How in the world did the LA Kings score 6? It's simple. They shot the puck, and then 6 of them went past Aiden Hill, who has not looked good this year. Well, there you go. Yeah. Is that your knee hockey? No, it's a Jason mask, I think. I don't know. It's my roommates. 446 is not weird. Yeah, I don't think he'll show up now that the Yankees lost. Yeah, he won't be joining us. Because he can't show up when they lose. He only shows up when they win. So interesting there. I wouldn't show up either after blowing a 5-0 lead. Exactly. Went 3 for 4 for the game itself. Yurfie, Dodgers first 5 spread, and the full game money line missed the Freeman home run. Hey, yeah, that's fine. Devils 6-0 domination over the Canucks. Yeah. Don't you worry, the White Sox are brewing up a dynasty. Oh, that's good. 6-1 night in the NHL last night. There you go. Who's gonna win, Blues or Flyers? My initial lean is the Blues, but we'll see. Bum ass Flames, yeah. Morning, everyone. What's good, Fernando? Yankees were a lock. They were a lock, apparently, right? Happy Draisaitl versus Nashville day. Yeah, he's gonna have. That is one spot that I really, really want to back today. I want the Oilers. I want the Oilers on the money line. No McDavid. Off a bad loss. I can definitely see that there. Never celebrate too early just because your team is up 5-0 in the third inning. And we've seen what this Dodgers team can do. Granted, it wasn't as much as the Dodgers winning that game. The Yankees just, you give up 5 earned runs in the 5th inning there. That's the problem. What is the NFL? What is the rule the NFL changed about single outcome player prop? I have no idea. My boy 446 was excited too early. Yeah, he was. What is Aiden Hill's problem? He's struggled this year so far. And the Vegas Golden Knights are a predictable team. You bet him at home, you fade him on the road. Grizzlies money line tonight. Broberg anytime point. Once available, ride the wagon. There you go. When they were up front, I really thought they were going to win. Fair. I almost grabbed the Dodgers live at plus 4.5 runs. I should have done that, but it is what it is. We'll move on. We will get into the NBA and gotta switch over because I actually did do some fun backgrounds for Halloween. So boom. There you go. How about that? Just to take a look with the actual. I thought that was a cool one there for the NBA. Let's get into it. Only 4 games in the association. Then we'll move on to the NFL game. We have the Bucks 6.5 point road favorites, total of 231 in this game. As I'm getting up the line history in this one here, and let me switch over on covers. We have 2 teams that have kind of struggled to start the year. The Bucks are 1-3 straight up NATS. The Grizzlies are 2-3 straight up, 1-4 ATS. Oddly enough, the Grizzlies have owned this matchup. 5 straight wins for the Memphis Grizzlies here against the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's take a look at the line history here. Let's see. We have it. We do. Line opened up at a 5.5. It's now a 6.5 for the Bucks. So that's kind of interesting there. Line opened up at a 225. It's all the way to a 232. Jeez, that line is just skyrocketed towards the over. And the ultimate question is that too much of a line move? Which I don't know. That's the ultimate question there. 61% of the tickets and 63% of the cash is on the Grizzlies, yet the line's moving towards the Bucks. Tells me maybe the Bucks are worth a look here in this spot. And then 88% of tickets, 90% of cash is on the over. And this one, the line's skyrocketed towards the over. The market right now is telling me Bucks. Do I want to lay 6.5 on the road with Milwaukee? Though is the ultimate question. The answer is probably a no. This Milwaukee team has really struggled. I tried backing both these teams in bounce back spots against the Nets, and they both lost outright. I don't trust either of these teams at the moment. I guess it's if I'm playing, I'm laying. But other than that, I have really no interest in this game too much. I think the line's moved way too much towards the over for me to be interested in that. So I guess if I had to take a shot on anything, maybe I'd try to go and catch the other side and say this line's moved too much now and take an under, but not betting this game. Nope. Let's see. When Roberts was playing Kopech in the fourth inning down, apparently he knew something. I like it. I feel like for Christmas it should be the background all December and getting holidays moved. Maybe the week of, maybe like from like the 18th or the 20th to Christmas or something like that. Maybe. Grizz bounce back. Grizzlies pass. I am just brainstorming predictions, but I'm not betting NBA unless I see a great dog. That's fair. No 4-4-6? No, apparently not. It's really weird. The Yankees lost last night, and they were his lock of the day, and then he doesn't show up the next day. It's really weird. Grizz money line. Yeah, what's good? Let's keep it going here. The Dallas Mavericks and the Houston Rockets, Battle of Texas in this one here. We have the Mavericks 3-1, 2-2 ATS this season. Perfect 2-0 at American Airlines Arena. On the flip side, we have the Rockets, who are 2-2 straight up, and ATS 1-3 over under so far this season. Let's take a look at the cash flow. This one opened up at a 6.5 or 7.5. Immediately went down to a 5.5, and now it's a 6. So we do a move towards Houston since the opening line, but that 7.5 was available for 2 minutes flat. Line opened up at a 228. It's now a 226.5. So move towards the under here as well. Let's see, 96% of tickets, 96% of cash on the Mavericks, and the line's moving towards the Rockets. 91 and 92 on the over in this one here. I kind of do like Houston. I think this is a bet on Houston squad rather than a bet against Houston squad. They've been favorites in all 4 of their games. This is the first time that they're getting points, and they're getting close to a touchdown in this game. Getting the 6.5. I'm actually interested in Houston in this spot to keep it somewhat close. So I think I might move on that here. The Rockets are coming in off of the back-to-back, or not the back-to-back, but two straight games with a day in between against the San Antonio Spurs. So I can get Rockets plus 7 around minus 120, 6.5 at minus 105. I'm not going to buy points here. I'm going to take the Rockets here plus 6.5. I like them in the spot. Everybody on the Mavericks line's moving towards the Rockets. I'll take some Houston in this spot. Rockets plus 6. Rockets money line. Rockets cover here 100%. Behave. Yeah. From my understanding, Mavs cover on the road versus home. Mavericks are 2-2 ATS this year. The 2 games they're 1-1 ATS at home, 1-1 ATS on the road. So nor here nor there so far. Who's 4-4-6 exactly? A toast to 4-4-6 going under a rock after that collapse. Yep. But it's plus 6.5, minus 105 for me here. Houston Rockets in this game. Houston Rockets. Let's track this real quick. Betstamp. Houston Rockets minus 105, plus 6.5. All right, let's keep it going. 2 games remaining in the association, the San Antonio Spurs and the Utah Jazz. The Jazz 2-point favorites in this game, total 222. Line opened up at a 2, still a 2. Line opened up 227. It's all the way down to a 221.5. A massive move towards this under, which I understand. 59% tickets, 63% of cash is on the Spurs, and the line's not moving. 86% of tickets, 83% of cash is on the over, and the line's plummeting towards the under. But maybe that's just one of those where, yeah, all the money's coming in on the over, but maybe that's coming in at that 222.5 number or the 221.5. The Jazz are 0-4 straight up and ATS. And now they're favorites in this game against San Antonio, who hasn't won a game away from San Antonio yet. They are coming in off of the 2 games against the Rockets, and then they went to Oklahoma City, and they lost 105-93. They covered as 12.5-point dogs. On the flip side, Utah, they've gotten blown out a few times, and they've only covered the one time at home so far, and that was the first game against the Grizzlies. And this is just, this is a 1-800-GAMBLER game, probably if I've ever seen one. I have absolutely no interest in this game whatsoever. Maybe you turn around and say this line's moved too much, you take it over. But other than that, I don't know how else to approach this game. So it's a pass for me. No action here. Capitals money line and Ovechkin anytime goal. We'll get into the hockey in a little bit. I swore I had 2 $5 bills last night. I don't know. 1-800. Spurs money line pass. Sorry, Fernando. What in the world is this NFL game all about? Jets are due, right? This is the spot they finally do the thing. I don't know, and we'll talk about that. Lean over. Utah needs to win at some point, right? You would think. Spurs or pass. All right. We'll move on to the final matchup of the day. We have the LA Clippers and the Phoenix Suns. The Suns 5-point favorites in this game with a total of 221.5. Phoenix 3-1 on this young season, 1-3 ATS, depending on the number you got, of course, because they won by 4 against the Lakers. Some of us got 3.5, others got 4, others got 4.5. So depending on the number you got. On the flip side, the Clippers, they lost last game against the Portland Trail Blazers. That was their first game. They weren't a dog, and they did not cover. This is the type of spot you want the Clippers in, though. They're 3-0 as a dog ATS this year. They're 0-1 as a favorite. They're 5-point dogs in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here to see if, oh, wow, this line's dropping. Line opened up at a 4.5, got up to a 5.5, and now it's down to a 4. So we do have a move towards these Clippers. I can get 4.5 minus 115 right now. Line opened up a 223.5 down to a 221. So a move towards the under here as well. We have 94% tickets, 95% of the cash is on the Suns. The line's moving towards the Clippers. This is Clippers money. All right, this is Clippers spread here for me, plus the 4.5. 91% tickets, 86% of cash on the over. Line is dropping, so it would be a lean towards the under here as well. But this is everything. All right, that's all I really need to see here. I'm going to be on the Clippers plus the 4.5 in this game. We have a Clippers team that I would rather have as a dog rather than a favorite. This is a team that we've seen cover dog numbers, not favorite numbers. So kind of an interesting spot here. I don't know why because it's not letting. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm getting minus 115 for Clippers plus 4.5, minus 115 Clippers plus 4.5 minus the 115. Clippers because it's the NBA. LOL. Clippers are Clippers home? Yes, they are. Suns didn't play Clippers game 1. They did play the Clippers game 1. Yeah. Yeah, they did play it. Yeah, they did. And they won that game. Clippers, Clip Nation. All right. We'll move on to this matchup here. Let's switch over to that. All right. Let's get into it. We have this is a tricky one here. The New York Jets and the Houston Texans. The Jets are favorites in this game somehow, some way. And the total 42 in this one as well. I moved on the over 42.5 in this game. Let's get into it. It's now 43. Love to see that. Love to see that. And now it's up to a 2.5. Wow. The Texans are winning this game, honestly. Right. Obviously, right? I remember seeing this last week with Central Florida. They opened up at a dog, a +1, and they moved to 2.5, and they get blown out. Look at line -1.5. Opening line, pick 'em. Now we're up to 2, and I'm seeing 2.5s and -135 tickets. Total look ahead 43, opening line 42, up to 42.5. We're starting to see some 43s. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. We have 88% of tickets, 89% of cash is on the Texans. The line has moved towards the Jets. 78% of tickets and 83% of cash on the over. The line's moved towards the over here. Now we're starting to see 43s, which I am happy to see because I got the over 42.5 in this game. Now, looking at this spot for me, we have a Houston Texans team. Yeah, they're missing a few pieces on offense. Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, and maybe that's why the number is the way it is. Just all the weapons that the Texans are missing in this game. On the flip side, the New York Jets are the New York Jets. They've lost 5 games in a row after starting the season 2-1. Losses to Denver, Minnesota, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and New England. So they're not even playing that tough of competition. The ultimate question for me here, and I put this out on Twitter to get people's thoughts and everything along those lines. That this is a Halloween night. Are the Houston Texans at plus money, are they a trick or are they a treat? Are they low-hanging fruit or are they a trap? And I am not going to pay to find out on the spread-wise. The only thing I'm leaning sidewise in this game would be the New York Jets team total over. I think that this Texans defense could be a little bit vulnerable in this game. The offense for the Jets has kind of gotten a little bit better, but still they've kind of struggled. I think this game is 2020 at some point, and then we see the game go over. But the Jets team total over is 21.5 at -115. I lean in that direction. If I had to bet anything in this game, it's just the over for me. Over 42.5, -110 for me. It's Jets -2 spots somehow, some way. I don't get it. People are betting the Jets. Yeah. Jets money line. All I heard is the Jets. The Jets couldn't even beat the Bills B team. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, shame on me. Fool me a million times. Give me the Jets. If Houston wins, I'm sure going to make a lot of people feel so stupid. It's going to make a lot of people feel so stupid. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. On the sidewise, I'm only betting the Jets. Only betting the Jets in this game. But I'm gonna put my money elsewhere, and it's not gonna be with the New York Jets. So, there's that. We'll move on to the hockey card here. There we go. We're kicking it off. The Washington Capitals and the Montreal Canadiens. Caps -205 favorites in this game. -210s now I'm starting to see. Total of 6 in this game. Washington 6-2 this season, 5-3 the over, 4-1 at home. Canadiens 4-5-1, so they've kind of been a little bit of a sneaky team here. 7-3 the over, 1-1 on the road. They're coming in off of getting shellacked 8-1 against the Seattle Kraken. On the flip side, the Capitals are coming in off of a very satisfying 5-3 win against the New York Rangers. Now, should the Capitals, now we like Capitals as dogs, should they be this big favorites? Maybe. My numbers have them around a 180, 190 range, so I guess that kind of makes a little bit of sense here. I wanted to take a shot here potentially with these Montreal Canadiens, but I mean, it's definitely dog or pass for me. I have no interest in laying $2 or a puck line or anything like that with the Capitals. I would prefer the Capitals in the underdog role. But that's a no play for me here in this game. Just not one I'm interested in. Okay, obviously putting money on the Sharks. There you go. Now we're talking. This game scares me the most. Hab spot, it should be. Ducks, Flyers, puck line, draw, and Leafs, Kraken, Sharks money line. All right. Liljegren to the Sharks. Leafs free up $3 million of cap. There you go. Let's go to those Maple Leafs, though. They're playing the Kraken. Leafs, $1.85 favorites, total of 6.5 in this game. This is a spot I do not want the Leafs. No, 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 no. We have the Leafs as minus 185 home favorites, total of 6.5 in this game. Now, do I want the Kraken is the question, and I don't know if the answer is yes to that. The Kraken are coming in off of an 8-2 win. I generally don't like backing teams off of wins like that, but that did snap a 3-game losing streak when they played Colorado, Winnipeg, and Carolina. On the flip side, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs. They had a couple days off. Their last game, they beat the Winnipeg Jets and handed them their first loss of the season. That snapped a 3-game losing streak for the Maple Leafs. We have two teams coming off of snapping their losing streaks in their last game. The Maple Leafs lost to Boston, St. Louis, and Columbus, and they lost 4 of their last 5 games. Previous to that, I'm not high on this Maple Leafs team. I have them under their point total for a reason, and I'm higher on the Seattle Kraken team. This is Kraken or nothing for me. I don't want to back them after that big win, after an 8-2 type of win, though. And I think both these teams are more bet against spots than bet on spots. Toronto has dominated the Kraken in the past. 5 of the 6 matchups between these two teams have gone Toronto's way. I would only look Kraken in this game if I'm betting it, but I got a couple other 7 o'clock games I like better. So it's not like we're going to have no action for the early games here. The next 2 games I will have action on. So we will head back to the chat, and then we will get into a game I've already made a move on. Canadians plus 1.5. I like the over 6.5 in the Canadians game. If you like that, I mean, let me take a look at what one prop is here. If you like the Canadians and the over. You can get Canadians team total over 2.5 minus 120. That's appealing. That's really appealing. It's the minus 120 for the over 2.5 for Les Habitants. So there's that as well. Leafs struggle against the Kraken, but I'm convinced the Leafs are starting to roll. I do like Montour to keep his hot streak going. 5 of the 6 matchups have gone to the Leafs. They don't struggle against them there. Maybe Kraken money line. Pass. Nick is wrong not to be high on this Leafs team. Once they get going, they are going to dominate. Stolarz is top 3 goalie rankings. Wow. And for me, they could be a 100-point team this year. I don't know if they're a 103-point team this year. I got under 102.5. I'm not saying they missed the playoffs. I'm not saying they're a bad team, but I took the under point total. It's like when I took the Dodgers under their wins this year. I'm not saying that they can't make a playoff run. I'm not saying that they're going to miss the playoffs, but I think at 98 points, that's a playoff spot for the Maple Leafs. So we'll see. I could easily be wrong. That's why we do this at the end of the day. That's what makes this fun, is when we have disagreements. Let's get into the next matchup here. We have the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Boston Bruins. The Hurricanes minus 165 favorites, total of 6 in this game. Hurricanes returning back from a very successful road trip. They won their last 4 games on the road against Edmonton, Calgary, Seattle, Vancouver, 2 of those in overtime. They went 5-1 on that road trip. Their only loss was to the St. Louis Blues, a very successful road trip for them. We have the Boston Bruins coming off of a shutout loss. They lose 2-0 to Philadelphia in their last game. And one little system we've seen this year, and it's it pushed last night, so it's 11-4-1 now to the over. You back overs with when a team coming off of a shutout loss, and that's the Boston Bruins here in this spot. Now, do I trust the Bruins at all in this game, like from a side perspective? No. Carolina. Now, do I want to back Carolina in any way, shape, or form? The answer is also no, because they are coming in off of a road trip there. I think this number is getting a little bit more right. I got it over 5.5 -120 last night. I do kind of lean towards maybe a team total over with Boston. It's 2.5 at -120. Another 2.5 at -120. I do see a little bit of value with that number there. The Hurricanes coming in off of a long road trip, so this could be a little bit of a tricky spot here. But I'm on the over 5.5 at -120. So that's where I moved on this one. I lean Boston Bruins team total over 2.5 as well. Maybe a small shot on the Bruins money line. But I doubled up on the next game. We'll talk about that in a second. Over 5.5, got it last night. I like the over 5.5 Kraken too. Leafs power play about to finally click. Is that really a 5.5? Oh, it's a 6. Yeah. Bruins spot in the over. First period over 1.5. Full game over 6. Canes are going to feast. I mean, Canes team total over 3.5. I don't hate that either. It's even money. So I can see that. We have the Anaheim Ducks taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins -175 favorites in this game. Total of 6 in this spot. And do I really need to break this game down for you guys? Do I have to? All right, let's break it down. We have the Anaheim Ducks and the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins are 3-7-1 to start this year, 11 games in, and they've still yet to have a game where they have not surrendered less than 3 goals. Every single game. 6-3, 4-3, 5-4, 6-4, 4-4, 5. They are the worst defensive team in the NHL. And until they can prove to me that they won't give up goals, I will continue to bet overs with them there. And I got team total over 2.5 -130 last night with these Quackers. And it's now -135. I would still play that. And the full game over 6.5 -103. I got that last night too. The Penguins are also 7-3-1 to the over this year. They're 1-3 at home. They are looking like one of the worst teams in the NHL. They've lost 6 games in a row, and they're -175 favorites. That line's wrong. And I've already played the team total over and the full game over. Do I really want to triple up on this game and take the Ducks money line as well? I could see that. But for me, I'm just going to stick with what's been working in Penguins games. Ducks team total over 2.5. I got that at -130. Shop around. Full game over 6.5 here. It's pretty simple. And my numbers actually match it too as well. My numbers have this game projected for 7.12 goals. And I have the Ducks projected for 3.43. So I see value on the Ducks here in this spot. If you want to take a shot at a dog, this is probably the dog of the day right here. The Anaheim Ducks to take care of business against the Pittsburgh Penguins. So I'm on the Ducks team total over 2.5, the full game over 6.5. See. Fade the birds. Oh, wait. Ducks team total over. Pens in the over. Give me the Quackers. Ducks money line +174. Got it last night. Wow. Ducks money line if Dostal plays over 6.5. Pens player only meaning cool. It was okay. Is it okay to want plus money and take the over 3.5? Go for it. Why not? I'm not going to talk you off of plus money. Friends don't talk friends off of plus money. Jets team total over 2.5. I have a $25 bonus bet. I'll do that. There you go. 3 bets in this game. Nice. Let's keep it going here where we have the Philadelphia Flyers and the St. Louis Blues. The Flyers -130 favorites, total 6 in this game. Let's take a look at the matchup here in this one. The Flyers coming in to this game, kind of struggling a little bit this year. Let's see here. They are 3-6-1 to start the season. They are coming in off of a shutout win against the Boston Bruins, which that was a little bounce back after they lost 4-3 to the Canadiens. This is a Flyers team I'm not very high on at all, and at -155, I have no interest in them whatsoever. And I kind of want to back the Blues here. What? Sorry. What did we? Damn it. What did we see last from the Blues? They got pumped 8-1 against the Ottawa Senators. You gotta think this is a bounce back spot for St. Louis, and this is one they'll get up for in this game. Let's take a look at my projections for this one here, where I have the Flyers as favorites, but maybe minus 120, minus 125 favorites in this game. I do have this game projected for 5.75 goals, so it's a small lean towards the under here in this spot. But I'm going to move on St. Louis here at plus 133. I think this line is incorrect in this one, and this line should be closer to plus 115 range for the Blues. You get them in a spot where they're looking to bounce back after their last game getting blown out 8-1. That's definitely a spot where I want to back you after a loss like that for sure. So plus 133 St. Louis Blues money line for me in this game to keep it going. I like that. I think a very, very, very live dog in this game here with St. Louis. I'm quickly tracking the Ducks plays because I forgot to do that last night. I got that at minus 103. There we go. All right. Cool. All right. Back to the chat. Flyers continue to roll. St. Louis about to show us who I thought they were. Another October scam team. No Krug, no Thomas, no Grit. Fair. Over. Blues money line. Flyers are better than who you think they are. Prove it. I need to see it first. Blues money line. I don't know who wins this game. More or less. Yeah. We'll keep it going. This is a spot I really wanted. I might be loading up way too many dogs on this card, but we have the Edmonton Oilers and the Nashville Predators in this game here. The Preds are minus 125 home favorites, total of 6 in this game. We have the Edmonton Oilers coming in off of an embarrassing 6-1 loss against the Columbus Blue Jackets, and they've had a few days to sit on that loss. On the flip side, Nashville, they lost in overtime in Stamkos's return to Tampa Bay in their last game. They're 3-5-1 to start this year. These are two teams that have been a little bit underwhelming so far this season. And looking at the projections for this game, for me, it's tough to really go off these numbers, though. I have this game closer towards a pick'em in this game with a total of 6.5. Now, the total is 6.5 in this game. Now, I am going to move on the Oilers in this game here. And I know what people are thinking. No McDavid, that's a problem. It is for the long term. But for the first game, and you just lost 6-1 to a Columbus team, it's your first game first full game without McDavid. I think the team steps up and they win this hockey game here in this spot. Plus 107 for the Edmonton Oilers. I think this is a good situational spot for Edmonton. You're coming off of a bad loss. Starts with Leon Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, and Evander Kane, and Evan Bouchard. This team needs to step it up, and I think they will, at least for this one game, step it up with no McDavid in the lineup. Oilers money line for me here at plus 107. Well, I definitely wanted to bet the Oilers after McDavid news, but super pass. Does this game feel like a draw, feeling the over more than the side? That's fair. Overtime, I could see that. These teams are equally disappointing. They are. Draisaitl. Yep, Draisaitl props. If you're a player prop person, Draisaitl over 1.5 points, Draisaitl goal, things along those lines. I would definitely look towards. Let's head to the marquee matchup of the day, though, as we have the Chicago Blackhawks and the San Jose Sharks. We have the Hawks around minus 145, 150 favorites in this game. Total of 6 in this spot. Now, we have the San Jose Sharks off of a couple wins now. And I believe both those are the LA win was at home. They've cashed some really nice dogs here. Now they're dogs again in this spot. It is their third game in 4 days. Caution on that one there. It's not a great San Jose spot. The Blackhawks are rested. They are off of a 5-3 win against the Colorado Avalanche. I don't have particularly too much interest in this game. If I'm betting this game, it would be one way and one way only, and it'd be the over 6. I don't trust either of these teams defensively. The Blackhawks have been giving up 3.44 expected goals per game. The Sharks, 3.6. So these are two teams I think defensively can struggle, but offensively might be able to do some work there. The only way I'd be betting this game is the over 6. And if you like the Sharks, maybe it's a team total over 2.5 rather than betting which unfortunately that's minus 145. Something tells me at this line with this, that the Blackhawks take care of business. And the Hawks have kind of had the Sharks number as of late. As bad as the Hawks have been, 5 straight wins against San Jose. 3 of them have gone past regulation now. So maybe this is a draw spot between these two teams. But I would only look towards Chicago in this game, and I would only look towards the over in this one here. But to pass here to end the card. Pass. Best game of the day. Draw. Who's in net? That's a great question. Who is in net? Let's see. That would be. Let me move to the 31st here. Click. Thank you. We don't have any. No, that's tomorrow. I was going to say we don't have any confirmed goaltenders. Yeah, we don't have Calvin Pickard's likely. Other than that, there's no confirmed goaltenders. Mrazek and Blackwood would be what I would guess. Yeah. Hawks spot over 6. Hawks over 3.5 is plus 120. I don't mind that at all. Don't mind that at all. Where is Celebrini? Hurt. But yeah. The only way I would move on this game is Hawks -1 and the over, but I'm not going to do either. And honestly, I feel like this is one where maybe I can wait and see, because I think money could probably come in on the Sharks. Everyone's seen they just won twice in a row as big favorites. Chicago on the road. This is the same game as in-season revenge spot, but yeah, I'm really tempted by Chicago here in this game. What's Chicago -1? Would that be plus money? It would be plus money. Plus one or minus it'd be minus 150 and plus 163. It would be plus 105 for the Hawks -1. Kind of tempted in Chicago in this game, but I'm going to stay off. Where's the costume once a year? You missed the beginning of the show. I had one. I had a mask on to start the show. You missed it. I'll take the Hawks over 3.5. You missed it, Prime. Yeah. This is another winnable game for the Sharks, to be honest. Yeah. I'll rewind. There you go. Chicago thinks this is an easy game, potentially. Yeah. I can see that. It's definitely not a Shark spot, though. But that is everything for today's card. There's no easy game for Chicago. And they know that. Yep. But that is everything for today's card. I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. And we'll catch you guys same time, same place tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck, everyone.